You got the flying. You're going over 100 miles an hour down the metro.
Can I please get a warning? Please. But if I was a cop and the person told me, I'll be like, I might have slapped him. And I want to give you.
I don't want to slap
so bad. But you told me that your license, you just got your license back. I ain't gonna get your license.
One too many bodies.
I promise I won't do it again.
I seen one too many bodies, man. You know how many of those are?
Young Thug's legal issues persist as Atlanta police pursue him even after his release from jail. Just after he addressed his feud with Gunna in an interview, federal agents targeted him.
I just like to help him, you know.
One of those artists was Gunna. You guys did a ton of songs together.
Yeah.
Very successful on your label.
Yeah.
He was arrested about the same time as you. I think a lot of people wonder what that relationship is like now.
Yeah. I know everybody wondering that.
What's it like?
I don't know.
In connection to his new song, Money on Money, featuring Futureware, he raps lines like, Brody, you a rat, twin, you a pack, and these guys telling for nothing. And I got to be the one calling them friends. Young Thug makes it clear. He's not supporting Gunna after the courtroom snitching. Gunna signed his plea deal in 2022. Thug first learned about it at a court hearing the next day, where he was seen banging his head on the table, unable to confront Gunna. His actions, following release from jail, may now land him back inside. A viral tweet claims there's no way Young Thug stays out of jail while being a rapper. The lyrics fans want break his probation every time. As DJ Academics predicted, this is playing out, he says. Thug's release terms are a setup to make him violate probation and end up serving 20 years.
I know some of his fans think he beat the case. He definitely didn't beat the case. Beat the case means you have no stipulations. The Young Thug thing is a win, but it's also a huge setup. If you gonna tell me that they're gonna monitor him on a probationary basis for 15 years, can't be in Atlanta, can't communicate with co-defendants or members, he can't rap about, he can't promote any music that has to do with what they believe is but he's always gonna talk about him and he's doing his thing. They might consider that activity. You might be like, yo, it's like, yo, we going to the park getting lit. We going to the club getting lit. They might be like, oh no, you told me to get. So, we celebrating right now because I think we could all see, if you follow that trial at all, whether you're a fan of Thug or not, you can see the pain, you can see this was going through it. Like, he gained a lot of weight. Everybody knows Thug is not that weight, so we happy he got out, but we definitely got to be very cognizant of how it's going to play out.
But things escalated after a news report revealed. Whack 100 claims to have 2 hours of footage showing Gunna telling on Young Thug during an interrogation, leading many to believe the feds are preparing for another YSL case.
Hey Gunna, listen. I'm putting it together. I'm going to give you some time. I don't know, 24 hours, 12 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, 1 hour. I don't know. I'm going to give you some time, though. You to go ahead on and confess to the world about all the telling you. You know that interrogation? Yeah. Guess who got it? 2 hours? Boy, he was sitting there talking more than Hurricane Katrina. The only thing he did wrong was let him record him. You know what I'm talking about.
Young Thug responded by going on a brief Instagram live, sharing some unexpected words, though he didn't mention any names.
You got me too.
I miss you too. What you doing?
You don't like him?
No, I'm up in the room.
Cause you was being mean. You got your...
Man, I don't even play I Fly over here.
We gonna touch him.
As the world went into a frenzy, DJ Academics leaked information revealing that Young Thug had been making multiple calls to rappers in the industry, urging them to steer clear of Gunna while he was still in lockup.
The streets are so intelligent. Young Thug told everybody that Gunna was a snitch. I'm telling you this, I don't even if you believe me. That's what he sent to. Or he sent a message to Dirk, Baby, there's a few other rappers who went over. Just because some of them just told me. All of them rappers start not to Gunna, speaking out, they're chilling away. Thug got out, Gunna kinda hot. Ain't like you trying to really jump and work with Gunna, but
as the news went viral online, Young Thug knew he had to respond once more. He hopped on another Instagram Live, but only for a brief moment, laughing it off.
Live. I just jumped on here to let you know that yes, a goat can go live. Whoa! What's up? Who up right now? What's up? Who up right now?
What initially seemed like a semi-friendly back and forth took a dramatic turn when the head of Georgia's PD, Council Gang Unit, revealed that his office was preparing to defend against a potential for PF RICO case, with official paperwork even naming Lil Baby. What's even more unsettling is that during the court hearing, the police referenced evidence from an investigator stating, "We are now listening to the wiretapped phone calls. Someone mentioned that Lil Baby had tickets on some people's heads, implying that Lil Baby may have been paying to have people dealt with. Similar to the way Lil Durk's associates were allegedly involved in M for Hire activities."
Like, come on, bro, you know what's gonna go on. Like, how the hell you can, you know what I'm saying? Ain't like that, man. Got tickets on a lot of these folks, I'm telling you.
We just heard somebody say these folks got tickets on these people. We know what's going on. First of all, who said that? Tickets?
The unidentified male that was being referred to as Unc.
And you speak with Mr. Sam.
Correct.
And what, in your experience, do you know what tickets are?
A price on somebody's head.
What do you mean by what do you mean on somebody's head?
Like a bounty.
Okay. To have them arrested? And who were they referring to in that portion of the call?
They were saying that they had heard that Dominique Jones had tickets on a lot of people's heads.
Dominique Jones that wanted to have people on.
Correct.
All right, moving on.
Rappers began reacting as the situation unfolded. First, Young Thug. Now, Lil Baby, both seemingly being targeted by the Atlanta DA. Atlanta rappers were warned to be cautious, as this is the same DA who went after Young Thug and also struck the plea deal with Gunna. The tension heightened when news broke that Lil Baby had been taken into county jail for questioning regarding the deaths of Jacody Davis and Lamont Freeman. Police questioned why he closed down for PF after the crime occurred.
Atlanta police are blaming a local rapper's music video for the deaths of two 10-year-olds, and a $50,000 reward is being offered for more information. So far, 7 people have already been arrested.
Between the bullets, it was nothing but bullets, pop, 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 pop.
At least 25 shots fired.
Yeah, it was terrible. It was just a concert. I was waiting for Lil Baby to come buy my tacos up.
It was then announced that Lil Baby revealed he shut down his record label for PF to prevent it from being labeled as a street team. However, he did so in the most suspicious way possible, raising further questions about his involvement.
Pockets full had to come to an end. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. You said course. No, you said course.
Because all the shit that be going on. And I had to start learning that, like, other people's actions I could be held accountable for.
Right.
I ain't know all that at first. You know what I'm saying? I never would have went that route, but I ain't know. You know what I'm saying? Now that I know, I'll be a fool to just keep the same thing going. They trying to make something out of something that it ain't. Right. Like, if I got any kind of control of, hey, we're gonna switch that whole thing up. It ain't even just about the police, it's just period. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never was supposed to make my label something that I talk about.
As the internet began pointing fingers at Ghana, his lawyer stepped in to clarify the situation. He made it clear that Young Thug and Lil Baby weren't being targeted because of Ghana's plea deal. The lawyer wrote, "I was Ghana's attorney, but I am not speaking on his behalf. This long post is solely to set the record straight. Ghana did not cooperate, did nothing, and even said nothing to affect Thug's case."
And you have personal knowledge that members or associates of myself have committed crimes.
Yes, sir.
You were present along with Jeffrey Williams, Gordon Hines, and a firearm with these items did not belong to you.
Yes, sir.
After spending 8 months in jail, Ghana was released in December 2022 after entering an Alfred plea. His plea deal was never used at Young Thug's trial, and he wasn't even named as a witness. Ghana received a 5-year suspended sentence, with no reporting, travel, or living restrictions, and no probation. Over the last 2 years, he has performed globally, gaining international fame and millions of dollars. Meanwhile, Thug went to trial, eventually pleading guilty in nolo after spending 30 months in jail. Thug received a 15-year probation sentence with reporting conditions and is restricted to Atlanta. Gona's lawyer made a statement, saying those who continue to criticize Gona will eventually get over it. A fan's reply to Gona's lawyer then went viral, saying, "Once you really learn the effects of gun snitching in that YSL trial, then you'll understand why Thug and Baby will never be cool with him again. Go learn, as I'll teach you right now." The message continued, pointing out, the Atlanta Police Department is calling out Lil Baby, claiming his actions led to the deaths of 2 young individuals last summer. During a press conference on Wednesday, February 26th, the Atlanta PD announced 7 arrests in connection to the deaths of Jackie Davis and Lamont Freeman. Major Ralph stated the incidents were part of a gang war that began at Lil Baby's music video shoot last May, where 3 people were injured. He emphasized that his team would work relentlessly to hold Lil Baby accountable.